Hello, everyone. I'm here today with George Meressa. And George Meressa is an absolutely the best expert I've seen recently in terms of advertising, ads. And this recording is done specially for you in consideration of our conference, which is happening this April 24th, 25th in Warsaw. And it's a know-how conference. The reason for this name is because we want to bring you the practical knowledge on all aspects of e-commerce and selling on Amazon. And myself, I'm going for different events and I'm meeting different experts. And recently I've been to Milan and I've seen George at the stage presenting information about advertising. And myself, when I'm not that much into advertising, I was really impressed, and I was sharing his presentation across my staff members, and everyone was under impression how good it was. So just to give you a little bit information about George, he's been in digital advertising since 2009. His agency Clear Ads is helping Amazon sellers in aspects of all the Amazon PPC, DSP ads, and full services of account management. But George's background is from Amazon, Google, Bing, LinkedIn, and like I said, his knowledge, the practical knowledge, that's most important, because lots of people talking about PPC, they might have the way they are passing information might seems to be difficult for people, but George's knowledge and the way he's passing this knowledge is absolutely amazing. So George, first of all, thank you so much for taking part in this recording and in our conference. I'm really over the moon because I've seen you on a stage and that was absolutely amazing. So, just a little bit of introduction from myself, from my point of view, but please introduce yourself so people can get to know you better.
Sounds good. Okay. Thank you so much, Maggie, for having me. It's an honor to be joining you in Poland in April. I've never been, so I'm really excited to go. So you're probably thinking why you should listen to me. So I've been running an ad agency since 2011, so my ad agency. And one of the value I think you pick up from what I'll say is I like to understand things in a simple way. And I speak to a lot of e-com brands that are doing 8 figures and 9 figures. And I always try and kind of dissect all the information that they've given and go, right, okay, how can I explain this to a child? and what can we do to actually what can we do with this information practically and go away and do in the business? That's kind of, I like to think of my superpower. So I'll be taking information that I pick up from a lot of e-commerce brands that I'm connected to and speaking to, and I will be looking to put that into a kind of a digestible format at the event. So Maggie asked me as well, what are you going to be speaking about topic wise? So I am going to cover Amazon PPC, but I'm going to try and not kind of keep to a certain topic. I'm going to try and give you as many actionable things that you can go away and do and take away with you. And I'm going to try and make it as relevant as possible. So I've got a number of events I'm attending ahead of this one, which I'm going to make sure I take away all of the good stuff. And then I'll give you a bunch of things that you can go and take away. And hopefully 1 or 2 of them will help get you a little bit closer to growing your business. So that's kind of the angle I'm going to come at it from.
Excellent. Thank you, George. So I actually have a few questions for you right now, so we can obviously get into knowing you better. The first one is, what are the biggest challenges and opportunities in your area of expertise today?
Very good question. So I think one of the big things we're noticing now is the larger brands are taking Amazon as a platform more seriously, right? So they're coming in with much bigger budgets, right? Their KPIs are not ACOS, that's what most people look at. Their KPIs are more market share, growth. So they're disregarding the metrics that most e-com brands have looked at in the past. So that's making the prices of the cost per clicks go increase. And not only that, there's way more Chinese sellers that have come in, and we've seen that over the last year and a half, where they're coming in now. And with the aid of ChatGPT, the biggest downfall that they had in the past was how they write their content. for their product listings. But now they have ChatGPT, they're now able to compete on that front too. So it's become a lot fiercer. So you're not but also you're not finding as many solo entrepreneurs, mum and dad companies coming in, because that barrier has just become a lot harder. So that's one of the biggest challenges I've seen.
Thank you.
Some of the opportunities here is Amazon have recognized that the advertising arm of their business is huge, right? And they have access to all this incredible data, more data than any other platform has on buying behavior, right? They are making all of these reports readily available, right? And I think one of the big opportunities right now is that a lot of people don't utilize all of the reports within Amazon advertising to help them get more from their advertising. So that's a big opportunity and something we're going to be really closely watching through 2025.
Thank you so much for that, because this is something what I've seen in the industry recently, and it's not only Amazon, it's overall. So I'm glad you've mentioned about opportunities and really looking into certain reports, because we can overcome that. And somehow, just having a great strategy based on certain knowledge will help us to overcome those challenges.
And just to give you one example, especially for those selling in the US marketplace, they've just started to really push under the recommendation section, the path to conversion. So it's showing you, okay, what has that customer done? How many of them have gone from a sponsored ad to a sale, a display ad, sponsored ad to a sale, just display ad. So you're able to see much richer data in terms of how they've gone through the process of buying. So it's been interesting to see.
Good. Well, I can't wait for your presentation. And in terms of the conference itself, it's our third conference now. Those two that we've organized so far, they've been really successful, and we put lots of effort into making sure it's practical. You have already mentioned in your introduction the way you're gonna do the presentation, what we can expect from you. But maybe just to summarize the key tips and takeaways that attendees can expect from your speech at the conference.
Right. Okay. So what I'm going to be looking to do here is I always look at what people do and not what they say. So I'm speaking to brands that are growing fast, and I'm going to be looking at, okay, what have you done to improve the efficiencies within your business or drive that growth to take it to the next level? And I'm going to go into a lot of detail into how Amazon deems success, how you can align yourself. So the metrics that Amazon finds the most important, which is conversion rate, and that you have that in line. And then I'm going to be going at, okay, from an advertising perspective, have you got these fundamental areas in place, working well, performing in the way they should, before we start looking at the shiny sponsored brand campaigns and display ads. So I'm going to go through the fundamentals, and then I'm also going to look at, in real time, the key issues that we see time and time again, because we have brands that come to us and say, hey, we need help, and we audit their accounts, and there's been a common theme of issues that we've seen. It's going to sound really boring, like naming conventions, the way you should structure your campaigns, but that is the most common issue we've seen across loads of accounts. And this is from small accounts to 8-figure brands. So
yeah. Excellent. That's what we need. We need the practical knowledge, like up-to-date practical knowledge from people who actually work on campaigns, rather than just providing, theory or something. Okay, so the last question from me, looking ahead to the next year and planning the next year, what are the important things e-commerce sellers should focus on?
Okay, so one of the things that really excites me is Amazon basically announced that in 2025, they're going to have a multi-touch attribution included into the platform. And this is going to be so important, because what tends to happen is someone might click on a sponsored ad a few days back and then end up buying through a second click on a sponsored ad, but it's only that last click that gets that attribution, right? And this, from my background in Google, used to have this linear attribution model. So you could see, okay, this might have been the last path for that person to make the purchase, but this keyword is the one that's actually driving the new traffic in. And we've seen from time to time, like when brands are going cutthroat and they're cutting their targeting options depending on the ACOS and the conversion rates, what they do is they cut off all of this new traffic that's coming to see their products for the first time, and they're trying to just target those who are kind of more lower down on the buying funnel. So this report is going to give way more insights and depth into how to best manage your campaigns. And you best believe when this does come out, not many people will be looking at this. So if you're looking at this data from the very beginning, you're going to be able to make a lot much more prudent decisions when you're putting your ads out.
Excellent. I'm glad you said that. I believe you said that you may want to share something in terms of the screen.
Please, yeah.
Should I add this to the? Let me have a
yeah,
look here.
sure.
Yeah, we've got it here.
That'd be great. Okay, perfect. Let me know when you're sharing because I can't see.
Yes, it's sharing now. Yes.
Okay, so one quick thing, a big issue that I've noticed is not many brands utilize all of the image space that they have on Amazon, right? And this is a common theme that we've seen. So this is just a quick thing that you can take away from this and play around with. So there are now platforms and tools like CapCut Commerce, right, which will take your images and create AI generated backgrounds, so you can add some of the benefits without going to a developer. Now, this is just so you can put something quick together. This isn't, this isn't gonna give you a polished design, but it's somewhere where you can start. So it's free to use. There's no cost to it. And all I've done, to give you an example, is I've taken this headset and I've just put in a prompt saying a pair of wired headphones on a sleek modern desk in the background, and I've just taken this headphone and I could just put it in and I could play around with the background, and it just gives you the opportunity to create something quickly so that you have all of the images fleshed out. There's a text box, you can add benefits of the product to somewhere within within the kind of description as well. So this is going to be a really quick way. Everyone should have all of the, as many images available to them for each of their products. People eat with their eyes. They're not able to go to the buy the product like they're going to the shop. They're not able to touch it and they're not able to see it. So you need to visualize it for them. They need to see it being used. This isn't the best background, but you're gonna have to mess with the prompts and look at a few other variations of those prompts, but it could definitely kind of give you some options that you can then kind of generate and play with. But yeah, I thought I'll give you that. So the website is called CapCut Pro, and then and then you can go into the AI product images and have a play with that.
Wow, amazing. You have already given us excellent tip. I didn't even know about that, being honest with you. So I've learned. I enjoy really doing interviews and webinars with our experts because I keep learning so much. That was absolutely amazing. And I'm glad you said that people buy, they eat with their eyes. That's amazing what you said. Because now I can see how people sometimes struggle with reading, with understanding. That's common. Obviously, I have kids who are teenagers who are struggling really badly to read with understanding, but even adults. People are not aware how they struggle reading with understanding, like a proper understanding. I don't mean like overall. So I'm glad you mentioned that. And pictures are appealing very fast to us, and we kind of have emotions for pictures as well. And we buy with emotions. So excellent. That was absolutely amazing. George, I'm so glad that you are coming. I can't wait. Obviously, it will be a massive event for everyone to come around. The event is in Poland, it's in Warsaw, but it's international event with plenty of international speakers like George. This will be run in English, but in case people need some translations to other languages, there will be recordings available afterwards, and the translations will be also provided in the recordings, so nothing to worry about. But obviously most of people speak English, so George, thank you so much for everything. I really can't wait to see you again in April. And everyone has to find out a little bit more about George, about what he's doing before coming. And guys, please make sure you prepare some questions before, because there will be expert roundtables and George will be taking part in expert roundtables. There will be a discussion panel, so there will be plenty of opportunity. First of all, listen to George's speech, but then also ask your own questions based on your own examples, and plenty of opportunities for networking when we can have a chat and ask questions and discuss different situations that we have in our Amazon life, I would say. So George, thank you so much for your input for this interview, and really we will meet in about 3 months. Yeah, February.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you all. I promise I will not hold back. I will share everything, and always love meeting new e-commerce brands, those starting and those who have been in the game for a while.
Excellent. Thank you, George. And we'll see you in April.
Take care.